Welcome to our Hoop Stats Bracketology update. You're here with Megan Gauer, our Hoop Stats bracketologist, and we are taking a first look at what the top 16 teams in the NCAA women's basketball tournament might look like in March as of games through January 10th. It's our first look at the bracket for this season, but we'll have more to come as the selection committee will be making some announcements of their own coming in February to give us a look at what the upcoming bracket could be when we get to Selection Sunday. We're going to start with the number one seeds as of January 10th. So if the season was done today, what teams would have earned the top seeds in the NCAA tournament? I think it will come to no surprise that South Carolina will earn the top overall seed. The Gamecocks have 8 ranked wins to their name already at this point in this season. They do have one loss to Mizzou, but with Colorado being the only remaining undefeated team in the country, one loss hardly keeps you off the top line at this point. With the strength of schedule that South Carolina has played, they could probably afford to drop one or two at least more games in the SEC and still stay in that number one overall seed position. Looking down to the second and third overall seeds, it comes down to Stanford and NC State. Both teams that have had really good starts to the season. Stanford has racked up 3 losses, NC State 2. One of each of their losses has come to South Carolina, 2 of South Carolina's great wins right there. But both teams also have wins over Maryland. Granted, it was a not healthy Maryland team that they played. And then they also both have wins over Indiana. So some really quality wins on their schedule. What sets Stanford apart and puts them at that number 2 overall seed is just a few more quality wins despite having one extra loss. Stanford also has a big win over Tennessee. That's a really high quality win for the Cardinal. They have a win over Oregon as well, which has had their own fair share of injuries, but it is the Oregon team that we are starting to see now that's a little healthier. So that is a quality win, as well as now 2 wins over Gonzaga, one of the best mid-major teams in the country. So just a few extra wins on that Stanford resume. Of course, that can change over time. Both play in high-quality conferences, and we'll have plenty of opportunities to add wins to their resumes before we get to Selection Sunday. And then the final number 1 seed goes to Louisville. That's just lost 1 game on the season in their opener to Arizona. That was an overtime loss to a pretty solid Arizona team. Since then, they've gone on to be undefeated. They've racked up ranked wins over Michigan, Kentucky, UConn, and Georgia Tech. So they're really starting to build that strong resume as well. They don't really have that big top 10 win outside of the one over UConn, which was without Paige Beckers, but they certainly have amassed enough quality wins to earn their spot on the top line. They are also playing in the ACC, so we're going to have plenty more opportunities to add to that list. Most notably, they will play NC State on the 20th, so that game is upcoming and definitely one to circle on your schedule that is going to have an impact on the top line of the NCAA tournament.